Hey, what's up Raiders? Fozy here, and I wanted to bring you guys a quick video on how to farm up coins super fast on Stella Montis. These runs are going to net you around 800 to a million coins per hour. It doesn't require any kit, you can go in with a free loadout, and it's very simple. All you're going to do is load into Stella Montis and loot Assembly, which is on the northwest side of the map up here. Assembly has tons of containers with extremely high value loot like magnetic accelerators, magnetrons, ion sputters, Geiger counters, and other items that give you anywhere from 2 to 6k per item. There are tons of containers and they're very highly concentrated in one area. And in each of these runs, I'm netting anywhere from 50k up to 90k or more in just 3.5 to 4 minutes. Take into account another minute or minute and a half to load into your games and to get out and sell all your items, and that's about 5 minutes per game. And here I want to walk you through how I do this run. So the most valuable containers are going to be these white medical trays and yellow tool trays. I'm going to go for the most valuable containers and also the ones that are easiest to get to first. Like these big turbine pressure hatch things, the one that I'm looting right now is very easy to loot because you can just climb on top of this container. But there's one other one on the other side of this lower area that you can only get to by dropping down from on top of it. I'll show you that in just a little bit here. Also, make sure you're looting these small lockers on the ground with the blue doors. They can have really valuable items as well. I would say realistically, on average, I'm netting about 65 to 70,000 per run. So we can call it about 800,000 per hour. A little bit less, maybe 600 if you're going very conservatively. But once you start to get the hang of this and you can get into games very quickly, surrender if it's not the optimal spawn, optimal time, and get back into a game quickly, you'll start to see 901 million per hour. Make sure you're checking these white filing bins as well as the white drawer that I just looted as well. These can all contain really valuable items and even blueprints, which are worth 5,000 a pop. And one thing you'll be able to do as well to shave off even a little more time from your runs, like a minute to a minute and a half, if you have the traveling tinkerer skill and you find an advanced electrical component, you can build a hatch key and hatch out right on the east side of Assembly. The advanced electrical component is the one piece that you'll have to look out for, and it can spawn on any of these computer terminals upstairs, downstairs, outside of the rooms, and even across Assembly on the south side. Now the downside of this is that trying to build a hatch key is going to take up an inventory slot, which could be worth as much as 6k or even 9k, 12k, depending on what item you have and if it's stackable. And this was not even an ideal run. Like, I got a decent spawn, but there was somebody here who spawned right at Assembly before me, so he already started to loot. You notice at the beginning he had actually missed a couple containers, the really valuable ones, so I was able to pick those up, but he got to the upstairs room before me and looted some of the other valuable containers before I got a chance to get there. So at this point, I'm kind of calling it. I think I've looted everything I can loot, and I just want to get out. And so we're going to go extract at lobby, and there's a really easy way where you can just hop right up here. The trick here is you need to jump off of the one panel on the ground that's not slanted down, it's flat, and so you're going to run right at it and spam spacebar right as you hit that, and you should grab the ledge and pull yourself up. And for those of you who don't know, there's actually an aggression-based matchmaking system. So if you are continuously playing games and you do not shoot back at people, even if you get shot at, just let them kill you. Eventually you will get into friendly lobbies where everyone is just gooping and no one is attacking each other. And so in the last 50 or so Stella Montis runs I've done on these free loadouts, I have gotten killed maybe one time, and that was actually today right before I recorded this video. I think it might have been because the patch came out and maybe something reset, or maybe somebody was just having a bad day, or I'm not sure what happened, but this was the first time I got attacked by anyone in hours and hours of doing these runs. So as you can see, the clock here is right about 26 minutes. We spawned in at 29:35-ish, 29:40, and so this was just about a 4-minute run, not even. So 5 minutes, including time to get in and out, and that's a pretty good run right there. We got about 63k, and that was not even optimal with the other guy that was looting a lot of the stuff we wanted to loot. So let's go back in and see what we can get this second time. So this spawn right here is the ideal spawn, the god spawn for Assembly. You are right at the corner of Assembly. You can start looting immediately. And this run is probably the best run I had all day. This was a 93k run. You'll see I take a different route this time because there's no one else to compete with. The previous game, someone ran upstairs right as I got up here and started to loot down low, so I just stayed down low and kept looting. But usually I like to loot those 2 valuable containers right at the start and then run upstairs and start to grab some of the medical trays and other valuables upstairs. And once again, make sure you're looting these small drawers. Can't tell you how many times I'm looting around here and someone is looting with me, but they miss these small containers. And here's the other turbine I was mentioning before, which gets skipped all the time because you can only loot it from up top. And so you're going to carefully slide along the edge and then crouch walk up to the corner until you see the breach and search indicator come up. Just be careful as you're doing this to not walk forward any more than you need to, otherwise it's possible that your character actually falls off after you finish the breach animation. And so if that happens, you won't be able to loot it from down low. You'll actually have to go back up the stairs and climb up again and then go to the edge and inch your way forward until you get close enough to loot it. Here you can see we're just a little over halfway done looting and we're already at 57,000 coin. And it looks like I'm still the only one here, so I'm just going around and making sure I loot all of these tool trays and these medical trays down low. They have the most valuable loot, and so you don't want to miss a single one of these. And as you start to do this, or if you've been playing the game for a while, you kind of get a sense of what each item is worth just by looking at it. You know, you can tell once you've looted it a few times whether it's going to be worth 2,000, 3,000. So I'm dropping any item that I know is worth less than the minimum of any item in this area. So like if it's not worth at least 2,000 coin, it's out of my inventory. And normally it would be pretty risky to get rid of my ammo like that, but I'm in the friendly lobbies and I'm not really worried about getting shot. And if I do, I'm just going to let them kill me anyway so that I stay in the friendly lobbies and my chance of getting shot goes down even more in my future games. So make sure as you're replacing items, when you find more valuable items like this deadline blueprint, which is worth 5,000, I want to make sure I'm not replacing an item that's actually stacked more than one, which I realized after the fact that I've done by mistake before. You know, an item that's worth 2,000 times 3, that's worth more than a deadline blueprint. So, and now I'm going to head upstairs, which I believe is the last area left to loot in Assembly. I've looted all of downstairs and I looted the upstairs of the east side, so now we're looting upstairs on the west side. Usually there's one of those small lockers with the blue door that spawns, but not this time, and no drawer either, but I'm going to make sure that I check these white filing cabinets. There's also a weapon crate that can spawn right next to that center column on the other side of the staircase, opposite the staircase. Not there this time either, but make sure you keep a lookout for that. It's pretty hard to miss. And actually I lied, one of the blue door lockers is there. There's usually 2 of them, but we got 1 this time. So I think we've looted the entirety of Assembly here. We kept an eye out for the advanced electrical components so that we could maybe make a hatch key, but I didn't find it, and I don't really feel like looking for it because every single slot in my inventory is pretty gooped out, pretty valuable, so I'm just going to head back to lobby and extract. And I'm not sure what happened here. I think maybe I got a little lucky. Looks like someone was trying to extract and then maybe got killed in the process, and I hopped in right before the timer went up, I think. So this is going to be a fat goop run, y'all. We got about 93k out of that one. Every single slot used up, valuables everywhere, tons of goop. Do this and you too, my friends, will be rich for your expedition. And here's the one run I had in about 50 or so runs where I had about 80k in goop and I was heading to the extract and we had a little bit of a rat situation. Right as I turn this corner, I get blasted in the face and I was not ready for a fight. So I'm going to go down here and I try to crawl over to the extract and I'm yelling at other people. I can hear on proximity chat above me in lobby that there's a fucking rat out here and they're yelling at me that they're getting attacked, but yeah, no one's come to save me, so I'm unfortunately going to lose a little bit of goop on this run, but you know what? It was only about 4 minutes of my time, so I'm okay with that. So guys, I hope this video was helpful if you're looking for a way to farm up some quick coin for your second expedition. I will see you topside. If you like this video, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with more Arc Raiders content, so we'll see you in the next one.